Hey, how is everybody today? I'm good. Thanks for asking. So we're going to be doing lesson 2 problem set for module 6, and we're continuing our work on different types of graph and data. So number 1 says, find the total number of stamps each student has. Draw tape diagrams with a unit size of 4 to show the number of stamps each student has. The first one has been done for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a little connection today based on previous units to this current one. And if you take a look at Dana, they're having you do them in unit sizes of 4, because if you look across her array of stamps here, she has a 4 by 4, but we're going to mainly be using that size, right, as the size of the row, not the number of rows. So if we move to Tanisha, Tanisha has an array of stamps that are 4 by 2, right? So for Tanisha, and again, you do want to kind of keep your sizing similar, because the purpose of graphs are to be able to visually compare things. So if I draw this super tiny or super huge, that's not going to make a clear representation of my information. So Tanisha has 2 rows of 4, right? That's how we would show that in a tape diagram. If we go over to Raquel, Raquel also has a size 4. She has 4 columns, right? And the number of rows she has are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when I'm drawing Raquel, I can see that 4 is going to be out here. So I have to kind of, there's 4, 5, 6. So I have to, that probably could come out a little bit further. I have to kind of estimate out a block. So if I pull this down, right, it means I need to fit 4 in here and 2 additional. So that would mean I would need 3 cuts. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those did not come out very even. Grr. My sizing is slightly off here. I'm going to fix it because I want to model things that are accurate for you, right? So here's my, I should have pulled that down. I could have pulled this down, right? Let's revise my strategy here. So if I have those and I pull this one down, there, now we got it. So did you see how I was using those lines from up above? I should have applied it in more spots than I initially did. So Raquel has 6 rows of 4. And Anna has also 4 columns, a size 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she has 8. So when I go to draw this, I am going to pull this across. This is 8, right? This would make about, that's 6. That would make about 7, 8. And if I pull this down, I can use these cuts here to help keep my tape diagrams equal and comparable, right? So here I also have sets of 4. And each of these equals 1, which they told us up here. But again, pay attention for those keys. Number 2 says, explain how you can create a vertical tape diagram to show this data. So basically, right, this is how our tape diagrams have always looked. What's kind of fun is that if we were in the classroom, we would do this on a whiteboard and we would be able to flip it, right? So if I take this and turn it, aha, look at that. Now we have a different kind of graph. Now we have a bar graph, essentially. They're kind of calling it a tape diagram graph, since that's what they originally were. But we can see that Dana has this, Tanisha has this, and we can actually use this as a tool to compare and analyze the data that we have. So explain how you can create a vertical tape diagram. We can flip this on its side. We can flip the tape diagrams. So they are vertical. And that's it, right? Right now they're horizontal. We flip our paper and they are now vertical. On the next page, let's take a look. We have complete the vertical tape diagrams below using the data from problem number 1. So they're just basically asking you to redraw the tape diagrams that we just completed here, but in their vertical positioning. So Dana had 4, Tanisha had 2. So again, it doesn't matter if you're working horizontally or vertically. Use the lines that are already there to kind of help you gauge your boxes. Okay, again, it is important. Sizing is important with picture graphs, bar graphs. You need to have accurate sizing, otherwise you won't be able to compare. Now, Raquel had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means that she would start here. I know 4 is going to pull her up to about here. And then 2 additional ones will probably be about here. Okay, so I'm using the existing lines to help me be more accurate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, it's a little off, but it's close enough. All right. Nobody's perfect. And Anna had 8. So I have just enough room for Anna. So Anna will come up here. That would be as if she had 6, right? For like Raquel. And then I'd have to push it all the way up here to get those 2 additional boxes. I'm going to pull these across. And there we go. Got a nice, pretty vertical tape diagram graph. Now, if we look at B, what do you notice about B? B has a different something in it. B has 8s inside each box, right? Which basically means that each box is worth 8 and not 4. So it's kind of similar to problem set 1 with the hearts, where we transitioned from a graph that only had 1 representing each heart to 2 students representing 1 heart. So Dana, who had 4 sets of 4, has now dropped to 2, right? So if Tanisha has 8 stamps, she would only get 1 box. Okay. And then Raquel, she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She has 6 sets of 4, which means that she has 24 stamps. So you have to think 24 stamps divided by 8. It's going to tell me how many boxes I have, right? Or you can think this is going to become a box, this will become a box, this will become a box, because you're squishing them together into 8, right? So 24 divided by 8 would be 3 boxes for Raquel. So if I pull this across, add on a box there, here, I've got 8, 8, 8. And then Anna, again, you can think of it like this is a box, this is a box, this is a box, this is a box, or you can think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 4 is 32. 32 divided by 8 would give me 4 boxes. So I'm going to get these nice and level and then tack on a box. So we all think about math, right, differently. We all have our own mental strategies. So you can picture these boxes squished together. You can multiply the total number of stamps and divide by the size of each box to determine how many boxes to get. There's, multiple ways to calculating this. What is a good title for the vertical tape diagrams. So graphs always have titles. If they didn't have a title, you wouldn't really know what the data is representing. So we have to kind of think, what is this showing us? Well, if we go back to our original data, it's telling us how many stamps each of these students have. So when we're thinking about a title, we might say something like that. Number of stamps for each student. Okay, and just a little review on titling because I can sneak it in, right? We capitalize the first and last word of any title, and then we capitalize any other important word within that title. How many total units of 4 are in the vertical tape diagrams in problem 3A? Total number of units. So we would add all of these boxes up. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. How many total units of 4? There are 20 units of 4. Okay, so this is being considered a unit. How many total units of 8 are in the vertical tape diagram in this one? Well, some of you probably already know instantaneously, right? Because we basically cut these in half, right? We used half of them because this is worth 4 and this is worth 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Because 8 is double 4. So there are 10 units of 8. Compare your answers, D and E. Why do the number of units change? Well, they basically get cut in half, right? Because 8 is double the amount of 4, so you need half as many. There are half as many units because 8 is twice the amount of 4. So you need half of them. All right. And on our last one, Mateus looks at the vertical tape diagrams in 3B and finds the total number of Anna and Raquel's stamps by writing the equation 7 times 8 equals 56. Explain his thinking. So Anna and Raquel, here's Anna. She has 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes of 8, and Raquel has 3 boxes of 8, which makes a total of 7 boxes of 8. Listen to it. 7 boxes of 8. 7 8s, right? So explain his thinking. So we could say, well, Anna has 4 units of 8, right? And Raquel had 3. Units. So together, they have 7 units of 8, which is the same as 7 times 8, right? 7 8s, 7 times 8, all the same. All right, and that completes problem set 2. I will look forward to seeing your work once you submit it. Bye.